Happy rails to you. Welcome back, my friends. Happy rails to you. It's good to see you again. Thanks for watching the channel and the videos. Sometimes they go real fast and sometimes they're slow. Happy rails to you. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, welcome back. G-Man, My World 67. Well, I've got that light tower that we were working on in the first segment, and it's now pretty much completed. We made all the repairs as we did in the first segment. We got the light wire soldered back on. Got all the lights working, and we've made the repairs to the base. You can see it there. Sorry about the lighting. Lighting doesn't want to allow us to see it too good. Let me see if we can reposition the camera. All right, maybe that's a little better. Maybe not. As you can see, here's the white plastic that I rebuilt this with. And I had a strip of black plastic, and I built the feet out of black plastic. They're a little shorter than the original feet. You can see them there. See if we can add a little light to it from this side. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, there they are, right there. There's the black feet. One there, one there. And this corner was cracked off, and so we glued it back together. It was cracked right across, right at the brace, as a matter of fact. See the brace? And it broke right at the brace. So we glued it back in, glued it to the brace. Did not re-brace it, but we did put a piece of white plastic across the brake. Made a little mound. I just filed that down, filed it off to whereas it's kind of beveled the edges, and took a little bit off of the top of it, got a little thinner. I don't want to get it too thin, and so that's going to look pretty good. As far as the struts and the braces were concerned in the tower itself, I think they were all good. That one right there kind of looks like it might crack someday, or something went across it and scratched it. But other than that, all the struts are in all the way around. Unusual. And of course, here's that brace of wood that I did put on this corner that I rebuilt. So the only thing left to do to this now is to paint this black I'm going to go ahead and paint this underside first. I'm using a paint marker. And the only thing bad about the paint markers is most of them don't have a fine enough tip to whereas there's areas that you really can't get paint into. So we'll have to go back at a later date and hit the areas like down around the side of this popsicle stick. And I can't get down next to the plastic and the edges of it. But we will get it. And we're actually more concerned with the top of it, the looks of it, than we are with the bottom of it. I think this worked out real good. I've done many of these over the years. I think this is one of the best ones I've ever done. I have done some more damage than these, and they turned out nice. But I'm really pleased with the way this one lined up and came out. I hope this will be an interest to someone and gives them an idea or method that they can use. get this little white gray spot here. Paint it black also. Okay. Here we go. Bottom's done. Top's done. See one little spot right there. Think they got it. This is the area we just painted. Let's see if we can get you close up. And this was the big break. Light shining in my eyes, I can't see. There we go. see what we've got. Lights, camera, action. And there you have it. Completed 4-light tower. Now, still one thing we have to do. And that's basically let it dry. And it's ready for service. So we're going to set it over here out of the way and until we find a place for it on the layout or the shelf. And then we'll come back and then we'll put it on there. All right. This is the American Flyer oil derrick I was working on. It had, again, it was kind of amazing that it wasn't broken more than it is. Usually some of these are broke out, but that wasn't the case. But I did find 3 broken areas that were broken. One was here on the top tower. And as you can see, I repaired it. See the white plastic right here. Let me see if I can. You see the white plastic right here. So I repaired that. The other was this railing. Get that in there. This railing right here was broken. And this stanchion was broken away from the platform. And so I got that stanchion glued back down to the platform and got this railing back in place. It's solid. The third place was right here. This section had a little piece missing out of it. And so it was spread too far apart to go back together. So once again, I filled that in with styrofoam, with the styrene plastic. Put a brace across the back side of it, which I don't know whether I can show that to you or not because of all the stanchions that are in the way. But it's right here, if you can see my finger, right here. Now these have been sitting up for a couple of days, so they're really good and solid right now. Those were the only 3 places that were damaged that I had noticed. And of course, we needed the tube, which I had basically shown you how we were to do the tube. Now, after I got these repaired, I was holding it like this and noticed it was kind of flimsy. Well, unbeknownst to me, until then, this section where I told you all these towers all eventually break was cracked. And so I went ahead. It had not come completely off or completely loose, but it was cracked from here to here. And so I super glued it all back together. And I used some of my testers on this bottom side and put a little teeny tiny brace right here at the edging of the crack. Now I've got some more pieces that are not necessarily necessary, but I do want to put one of them in, or two of them in this video, so that you can see what we do. Okay, so one's going to go right here. And I'll put the glue down across the crack. And let's see, I'm missing one. There it is. We're going to put this one in right here. And we're going to put the other one over on this other side. So we'll put some more glue down over the crack. We don't want to use it sparingly, but we don't want to use too much. We'll take this other one and I got to turn it right in per end. If I can pick it back up and set it down on this side. There we go. And I got a little piece that goes in right here. Looks like I got it too wide. I got it one more time. and put it in there. There we go. Now I could have did it all with one strip. Well, actually, two good sized strips. But would not have been as effective. For some reason, on this area, the glue never likes to stick. It just dries too fast. There we go. There we go. So now you see we've got the extra bracing in there, and we'll paint that red once it dries. Next is our trusty tube. You see I've got the clear tube sitting inside the lighter orange tube. And I built a cap for it. I went back and I looked at all the oil derricks that Flyer had. And by the way, this is a Flyer accessory, but it was made by Colbert. And it does not have the Colbert tag on it, but we know it's Colbert. How we know it's Colbert is the fact, number one, of the length of the name tag spacing, and the type of the color of the plastic for this period, and the way it was mounted. So what I did was I made a cap for it. This is actually the top half of a push pin, and glued it down in, and then right in here, I don't know whether you can see it or not, is like this is actually a extension tip for a crazy glue tube, and put that down inside it, glued it inside of there, and then glued the push cap top down into this, which it was recessed. And then I painted the whole thing red on the top. And this is the way they were. Now, some of them were wider. I don't have a plastic washer available, but this would go down into a plastic washer. The plastic washer would sit on top right here. And it's about the size of a nickel. And this would go down through the center of the washer. So we don't have the washer. I could use a metal washer, but I didn't want to use a metal washer. Later on, I can go back if I want to, and I can put a plastic washer on it. Now, there's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. You can set this tube down in there so that it's and leave it loose, or you can take some wood glue, some Elmer's. This is super wood glue. And it doesn't take a lot. You just put a little bit around the edge of it, like that. Yeah, we got a little more we need. There we go. Put it down through the hole. You're going to knock off a little bit of it, but that's okay. That'll help it hold in those areas. And when you get down there, if you don't feel like you've got enough glue left on there, but you don't need a lot of glue. You just want to hold it in place. You don't want to, it's more like a temporary. I might want to put I might want to spend 20 for 25 bucks and buy a tube and put a tube down in here later. Totally restore it back to its normal self. I doubt it, but I have done it before. I really like the straw version better. Here we go. And I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but these two straws are glued together. The orange one and the clear one. Now I like that because when you see the bubbling tube, it's actually colored down in here where the oil is, and the oil comes up to about here. And then the tube is clear the rest of the way up. So we'll do that. The wood glue dries clear. Well, all right, guys, it's time for G-Man to go. See you next time.